When you start the season at home and go 2-2 in your first 4 games, what do? Blame your players, of course. Stick around. Let's make fun of Auburn. This is Way Offsides. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Way Offsides, where usually we talk all things Alabama, but today we're going to do our next favorite thing, and that is drag the Auburn Tigers. The Plainsmen of West Georgia lost to Arkansas as they opened SEC play for the 2024 season after an offseason of everybody telling us Peyton Thorne was going to be a dark horse for the Heisman Trophy. He comes out, looks great against Alabama A&M. Lays an egg with 4 picks against Cal. Head coach Hugh Freeze in his second year makes the decision to start Howard Brown, who looked great in week 3. Got Auburn fans excited again. They said, hey, watch out for this guy. You can do it, 15. They're down you, 15. And then promptly crapped his pants in front of his home crowd when the Arkansas Razorbacks came to town. That's right, guys. We're going to talk about little brother Auburn. They say on social media, you guys talk about Auburn more than you do Alabama. That's not true. We talk about Alabama a lot, but we wouldn't be Alabama fans if we didn't make fun of Auburn when Auburn did Auburn things. It's just funny. It's just funny because for whatever reason, Auburn fans have this mentality that they're supposed to be an Alabama, an Ohio State, a Georgia. And there's nothing there to back that thought process up other than a couple of national championships and a couple of Heisman Trophy winners from decades ago. There's been no relevancy other than spoiling seasons for a couple of other people. And that's where Auburn finds themselves again. They're likely out of the 12-team playoff picture. They're likely out of the run for the SEC. So, like most seasons, Auburn fans have to settle with hoping that they can ruin someone else's season by beating them. And that's the whole problem with that fan base. They're obsessed with Alabama. That's why they can't keep a coach. You're not going to beat Alabama consistently. You're not going to. They're too good. It sucks to be in that state with them if you're not an Alabama fan, but that's the truth. They're too good. They've been too good. And it's not just Nick Saban. This has happened for years. Not only that, you're stuck right in the middle of Tuscaloosa and Athens. You got 2 juggernauts on both sides of you. So you got to spend a lot of money for recruiting, and it's working right now. But the tides are turning because you got to go to Oklahoma soon, and then guess who comes knocking? The Georgia Bulldogs. Auburn could start 2-4. Auburn could once again be fighting for bowl eligibility as the season continues on because they don't have a quarterback. Everybody told them, you went and bought all these beautiful receivers. Who's going to throw to them? They laughed at us for asking that question. They laughed, and now they have the highest turnover rate in the country. They can't. It's not just their quarterbacks either. Their running backs constantly are fumbling the ball. You've got this guy that you guys bragged about all season, Cam Coleman, with brick hands, while a freshman phenom is over in Tuscaloosa blowing it up. And you guys want to make fun of his fingernail paint. I would too if I was that insecure, I guess. But it gets better. It gets better because Hugh Freeze gets up in front of the media after another embarrassing loss, and he pins it on his team. And I'm telling you, at a certain point, these recruits and these guys on that team are going to realize it's not us. It's coaching. We're good athletes. We're not put in the right position to do anything. We were promised this. We were promised that. Hugh Freeze at Ole Miss had a couple of great seasons, but those great seasons, what did he do? He beat Nick Saban, but he won nothing else. Is that what Auburn wants to be? We beat Alabama. Everything's okay. If that's what you want your season to be, that's fine. But you're never going to actually be at the level of these other teams that you think you are. It's true. You hate it. You don't like to hear it. It's not fun for you, but it's true. And I get it. Oh, Hugh Freeze is bringing in this great class. Those kids are not stupid. They're going to realize this is not the place for them. All funny business about being paid, which they are being paid, aside, eventually, and it may not be until some of them get on campus, but they're going to look at this program and go, yikes. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. Sure, he's nice. He can recruit. There's pretty girls, all these things. But I am not going to get developed into NFL talent. If Auburn continues to do what they're doing and Hugh Freeze doesn't take responsibility, all those wide receivers that they just went and got, the Freeze 5 or whatever, they're gone. Mark my words, bookmark it. We're at minute 6:42 right now. Clip it. I don't care what you got to do. But they're gone. These guys, sure, they'll take that front paycheck to come there, but ultimately they want to go to the NFL. They want to get to the league. Hugh Freeze is not going to put them into the league. He's not. He may accidentally beat Georgia or beat Alabama a couple of times, but Auburn is still so far removed from being a national championship contender. It's really sad, especially with the money they're throwing around. But this goes back to the FSU problem. You can't buy long-term success in college football. You cannot. Auburn fans like to get upset about talking about paying Cam Newton. They absolutely probably paid Cam Newton. I don't have a problem with it. Everybody's paying players. I don't really care. But what happened once Cam Newton left? Auburn returned to irrelevancy. You can't buy long-term success. You have to recruit, not just recruit, you have to continue to recruit, build relationships, and develop players. Now, I like to give people a lot of crap, Auburn fans on social media, because of, things people are saying right now about, they don't let former players into the facility. I really don't care about any of that. I really don't. What I think is unethical is the fact that these kids, these 17, 18-year-olds, are being given money based on a baseless, empty promise that Hugh Freeze and company can't back up. And eventually, they're going to get smart to it. There's a reason some of these guys that have been flirting with Auburn haven't fully committed. There's a reason some of them are visiting other schools. Some instances, it's just that they get free visits. In some instances, they see the writing on the wall. When Auburn is 6-6 or 5-7, not making a bowl game, a lot of these kids are going to split. And you guys are stuck with Hugh Freeze, who is spending millions of dollars for zero results other than winning a couple of games a year, when you guys think you should be winning national championships. And he's blaming it on the players. Sure, he came back today on Monday during his press conference and we've got to coach better. Well, that's after a full weekend of everybody roasting him online. He got drugged, and rightfully so. You don't throw your players up under the bus. It's your job to put them in the best position to win the game. You listen to the fan base complain and gripe about Peyton Thorne, pulled him, put a freshman in there, starting SEC play. Same result. L. And they try to call us little brother. Man. Not only that, they're like swag surfing and stuff and losing their SEC opener, swag surfing. Completely tone deaf, by the way. The recruits don't care about that. Ultimately, they care about what you do. Are you going to win a championship? Do I have a chance to win a championship? Do I have a chance to be developed and make it to the NFL? All these kids think they're going to go to the NFL. Who's going to give them the best shot? This is why schools like Georgia and Alabama have consistently been better than Auburn. Doesn't mean Auburn doesn't sneak up and get them every now and again. That happens. But consistently, Auburn will not compete for national championships for that reason. Sure, throw your NIL money around. Throw your booster money around. We know you got it. But again, that will not get you long-term success. Ask Mike Norvell and the FSU Seminoles. You can't win with NIL. You supplement with NIL. It's a Band-Aid, not a tourniquet. That's all we got. Join us Thursdays as we get ready to preview Alabama and Georgia. A lot of other good games this weekend, too. A great slate. We just posted a awesome video discussing the keys for Alabama to beat Georgia again, this time in Tuscaloosa. So make sure you're taking a peek at that, sharing it on social media. If you like what I'm saying, tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think? What's Auburn's biggest problem? Tell me in the comments below. But as always, you guys know the drill. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands. Horns down. Beat Auburn. Beat them. And LSU and Tennessee too. Roll Tide.